have a unique experience where I'm massaging a guy's heart. I put my hands in the guy's chest and I'm squeezing his heart for like 15 minutes trying to keep him alive as a medical student. That's how crazy it is.
How did you become a doctor, a lawyer? I mean, what are your titles? A ninja?
A ninja.
Yeah.
So we came to America. My parents set up the print shop. None of my brothers went to college. Okay. They reinvested in the business. So as the youngest, I was actually an oops. I think I'm an oops baby because my 3 older brothers were consecutive in like 5-year gap and I'm later.
Okay.
So like the banana peel broke. Who knows? When I was young, my dad said, listen, everybody left in Vietnam in our family had to go through a re-education process. Call it a concentration camp, if you will.
Yeah.
Once the communists took over. So you're in the land, you're in America. At that time, arguably the best educational system in the world, and it's free. Like you need to optimize your education here because once it's in your brain, regardless of where you are physically, no one can take it from you.
Right.
Right. So none of my brothers went to college. I didn't even know what college was until I was a sophomore in high school. Because my parents don't know they don't know American culture and the systems here. They're just worried about putting food on the table. Ended up applying to colleges, got into college, and like, now what?
What college did you go to?
I went to Baylor University in Waco, Texas.
Why Baylor?
Honestly, it was to follow my girlfriend, ex-wife, mother of my son at the time. She was a year ahead of me, so she went to Baylor thinking she'd want to become a pediatrician, I think it was.
Is this the Columbian?
Yes.
Okay.
the Columbia. Yeah, exactly. And so just followed her to college. Like I really didn't apply anywhere else but Baylor because she was at Baylor. Did bio pre-med. I obviously Asian excelled at math and science.
What'd you get at Plant Bryce?
Yeah. No, I was,
Oh, okay.
yeah, my bad. Because I'm thinking he's good at math and science too. Definitely not swimming. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
I like the Agent Schultz.
Yeah. There you go.
Blackface?
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, they didn't say that.
Yeah. So, I actually finished, I was a bio pre-med.
Yeah.
With no designs of becoming a doctor. Most physicians, their parents are doctors or like something happened in their life. I got to be a doctor to save lives, save the world. Never happened to me. I was just good at math and science. So I finished college in 3 years. I was going to take a year off and just whatever. And then a friend of mine was like, you should apply to medical school. I'm like, why? He's like, because, you never know. You're good, got good grades, good math. Okay, well, how do I get into medical school? Well, you take the MCAT, apply, and maybe it's, so when's the MCAT? Oh, no, I think it's in like 3 weeks. So I applied to take the MCAT. Back then, there was Barnes & Nobles. It's still Barnes & Nobles now.
Yeah.
I drive to Barnes & Nobles, the local one. This is, again, in the 90s. I buy 2 study guides. Like, not really study guides. It's just like sample exams, right? So I do all that shit. And I take the test, and lo and behold, I get a pretty good score. Good GPA, good score. I'm like, fuck it, let's just apply. I applied to medical schools. Another funny story. So at that time, there were 4 state-sponsored medical schools in the UT system. And there was Texas A&M and Texas Tech. In the UT system, it was San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, and Galveston. So you apply to interview, and when you interview, then you get to rank those 4 schools, like and then if there's a match, you go to that school. So I interviewed in Dallas and I interviewed in Galveston. Terrible interviews in my mind. I didn't even interview at San Antonio or Houston. But when I ranked them, I ranked the 2 schools I didn't interview first. I didn't know you couldn't match if you didn't interview there. I didn't know. So I was like, yeah, I think I'd like to stay in Houston. So I put Houston first, San Antonio second. Yeah, because I thought I was out at the other 2 schools. Lo and behold, I get accepted to UT Southwestern Dallas, which is like a top tier. They discovered cholesterol there, like 2 Nobel laureates, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how I ended up in medical school. Go through medical school. I've delivered, dozens of babies. Like in the surgery rotation, like there was a gunshot wound patient that came in through the ER, and they did what's called a car analogy. They did what's called a Buick hood. They crack you open and pop you open like a hood. So it was all hands. Like he got shot like 6 times, and we're trying to cut off all the bleeds. And I'm holding. You have to have access to the blood system, and so there's a tibial vein. So I'm holding the catheter on top of the foot. And I'm just, as a med student, I'm just holding it, and like everybody, that thing's going crazy. Doctors are like this, that. And then I hear the doctor scream, somebody massage the heart. Somebody massage the heart. The guy's crashing. And nobody responded. And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, stick your hands in his chest and start pumping his heart. And I'm like, okay. So literally, as a med student, I put my hands in the guy's chest and I'm squeezing his heart for like 15 minutes trying to keep him alive as a medical student. That's how crazy it is.
Did he live?
No. Once you crack open the hood, it's like less than 1% chance you're going to survive anyways. And he got gunshots all over the place. So, but we're trying to do whatever we can. But it was an experience. Like you don't get these unique experiences. So I think
I wouldn't call that a unique experience. I would call that a traumatic experience.
But
Are you kidding?
No, but see, but it's actually.
I don't have a unique experience where I'm massaging a guy's heart. That's why I invited you here.
I appreciate it. No, but in business it applies because
But in business, it's why you're massaging
follow me here. Follow me here. So, and you know this, in business you have to remove emotion.
Yeah.
Right. You have to look at things very objectively, and then you might get a reactionary response, but in terms of decision making, you're using factual data to go, okay, I feel this is the right path. In medicine like that, if I'm thinking all of a sudden, hey, this is cool, I got my hands on the guy's heart, versus like objectively removing all like you can't freak out, right? I can't be like, oh my God, I got my hands on the guy's heart, and oh my God, it's just like what you have to do at that moment.
Yeah.
You got to be like just dialed in that moment. And I feel that in the courtroom, I feel that with my clients, I feel that in all the businesses, like objectively, not that I love this tequila, but objectively what makes investing in this product and team a good investment. So really it's when you pull back, and it was kind of cool, like, hands on heart and that, but objectively though, it was like in the moment of the time, you have to remove emotion in order to take the right action and get to the result you're trying to achieve. And so, from there, it was late. No, you're about to say something?
No, I'm just like, man, if I ever need my heart massage, I know who to call.
Yeah. Just your heart only.
That's Carl joke.
Carl joke. Yeah, Carl joke. No, but from there, it was the late 90s when I finished medical school. Physician autonomy was really changing. So the golden era of being a physician in the U.S. was like 70s and 80s, mid 90s, where it was really cash pay. Like if you were a great physician, you could charge whatever you wanted. People had to pay cash. That time, HMOs, capitated rates, all this business medicine came in. And so it really lowered the physician on the authority totem pole. And I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm very entrepreneurial, so I'm not sure I want to do this. So then, my focus was like, well, let me go to law school and see that route.
That's wild, because most people don't go to medical school and go, oh, let me go back and get more schooling to go to law school.
I appreciate that.
After you've massaged a guy's heart.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is cool. Like that, and then on top, there's two other factors, which was speaking about mentors. As I was going through my rotations, we'd have attending physicians, and being personable, and that's one thing about business is every encounter is an opportunity to build a relationship for whatever, you might not even know what reason.
Yeah.
Other than just being a good human, like let's build this relationship. So as I was going through medical school, I would build relationships with certain physicians and they would mentor me out. And so I would go to them like, if I was your son, I think I did this with 5 physicians, male and female. If I was your son, what would you tell me? And all of them said, get out of medicine.
Really?
Yeah. And this was still when medicine was pretty good in the 90s. This is when medicine. So I was like, man, that kind of woke me up. And so the plan was go to law school and come back and maybe become a surgeon, anesthesia, wherever I could fit in. So I ended up in law school. I hacked my way into a master's in finance too, because there were overlapping credits. So I could take time off of both degree plans. Passed the bar exam, became licensed, and got recruited to work at several law firms for very good money, coming out the gate.
What is very good money?
At that time, this would have been in the early 2000s. Base pay, $140. Bonus option, bonus productivity.
I would say that's still good pay in today's world.
In today's world. And you can, this is you're talking about like top tier law firms. And with bonus, you can make up to 180. Out the gate, first year associate, turned them all down.
Wow.
Yeah, turned them down. Why? Because I'd rather bet on myself.